future starts now with you.
It's Wednesday, the 16th of September 2020. Hello and welcome to Joy News at 6 with me, Benes Abubedulansa. The news is live on Joy 99.7 and hits 103.9 FM in Accra, on Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi, Swiss FM in Ho, other affiliates across the country and worldwide at myjoyonline.com. 29 new COVID-19 cases, 628 active ones, and 294 deaths. COVID is real. Wear a mask and stay safe. Coming up this morning, 5 persons confirmed dead in a head-on collision between 2 passenger vehicles at Gomwa Adam on the Kaswa Cape Coast Highway.
All of a sudden, we saw the Ford driver trying to overtake a car. Immediately, he came into our lane. He ran into us, causing our car to spin and face backwards.
14 people were involved. 5 passed, and then 7 had serious injuries.
We've got details as the incident comes some 24 hours after the Chichire accident, which claimed 14 lives. We also have advice for drivers in our Arrive Alive campaign today. And as government renews executive instrument making it mandatory to wear face masks, covering and shields, lawyer Martin Pebu is pushing for a review of sanctions.
And later in business, depositors of defunct microfinance and savings and loans companies set to receive all outstanding claims in cash from Consolidated Bank Ghana starting today.
And later we bring you Araba Kumson's story, breaking stereotypes in a male-dominated newsroom.
I walked in with trepidation because I didn't know what to expect. This was Joy FM. I was scared. Because I was coming to face what I'd call giants.
We've got details in a moment. Thanks for your company. The details now. 5 passengers died on the spot, while 7 are in critical condition after a head-on collision between 2 passenger vehicles at Gomwa Adam on the Kaswa Cape Coast Highway in the Central Region. Medical Superintendent of the Apam Catholic Hospital, Dr. Paul Acha, gives details on casualty figures.
14 people were involved. 5 passed, and then 7 had serious injuries. We are having difficulty with the referral, hoping to get a spare space in other places. But if we get a best space, we'll refer them to the according health facilities. But they are all stable. The 7 are stable, currently stable. And we've managed them, but 5 were brought in dead, so they are at the morgue. They are all men.
Dr. Paul Acha is medical superintendent of the Apam Catholic Hospital. Issa Abubakar was a passenger of one of the vehicles, and he's thankful he survived. He's been telling us what he witnessed.
We're coming from Kaswa to Cape Coast. All of a sudden, we saw the Ford driver trying to overtake a car. Immediately, he came into our lane. He ran into us, causing our car to spin and face backwards.
You heard there a passenger on one of the vehicles. Meanwhile, the National Road Safety Authority says it will be reenacting circumstances leading to the accident at Chichire on the Accra-Kumasi Highway. So far, 14 lives have been claimed and 80 injured. The police is interrogating the cargo truck driver who is believed to have caused the accident. Director of Planning and Programs at the Road Safety Authority, David Asafo Adonting, said the objective of the reenactment is to gather data to take measures to forestall any future disaster.
We, from the National Road Safety Authority's point of view, our investigation will focus on systems, the transport system. We will reconstruct the crash, and then our aim is to come up with correct.
You heard the Director of Planning and Programs at Road Safety Authority, David Osafo Adonting. Time for Arrive Alive today. And we have a road safety advice from the Police Commander for Ayensuano in the Eastern Region, ASP Francis Kojo Nate. He oversees the area, that's Chichire, where a heavy-duty cargo truck crashed into 2 passenger buses, killing 14 people. As investigations get underway, we get our Arrive Alive advice from him.
My advice should be that when they think they are tired, they have to stop along the road at a safer place to rest a while, and also see to the maintenance of their vehicles. As being said, that allegedly that it was a tie burst. If so, then they have to be checking these ties, that they are worn out or they are being reduced to the tread. So if these things are put in place, these accidents will be reduced.
ASP Francis Kojo Nate is commander for Ayensuano in the Eastern Region with our Arrival Live tip today. Arrival Live is brought to you by Toyota, Bedrock Insurance and Logistics Movers. To some election-related news now, some minority parties are demanding an emergency IPAC meeting to re-look at the 100,000 CD filing fee set by the EC for presidential candidates. The Electoral Commission has been justifying the 100% jump from the 2016 figure. But the minority parties insist the right thing must be done. Listen to CPP General Secretary Nanaya Jantua speaking on PM Express Tuesday night.
One is just a deposit. And I believe anybody who is going to this election intends winning. And winning means that you are getting 50% plus. So get your 25% and you get the money refunded.
So will there be an IPAC meeting on all the modalities and the filing processes, etc., etc.?
That one, I cannot say it here because I'm not the commission.
You write to the EC?
It will make an effort to write to them to say that this is it. We need a discussion, and I don't think that we can just push it under the cap. Even if it's a deposit, the candidates are going to look for the money.
You heard that earlier, Dr. Sribo Kwaku, who is Director of Electoral Services for the EC, and later Nanaya Jantwa. They all spoke on PM Express Tuesday night with Evans Mensah. Well, the NDC's General Secretary, Johnson Asiedun Kitia, is describing the amount as outrageous. He wants political party activities to be state-sponsored.
If the state reneges on the responsibility of offering support for political parties, the state will suffer because by all means, presidents will come from this process, MPs will come from this process, and several state officials will come from this process. And when they come from the process, they will design means of recouping the money.
Johnson Asiedun Ketia is the NDC's General Secretary. Let's stay a while with that party. Its flag bearer, former President John Mahama, says the NDC has no problem with the new patriotic party government rolling out some of their manifesto promises. He says this is an endorsement of the People's Manifesto. Mr. Mahama points to the legalization of the use of motorbikes for commercial passenger transport as one of the promises government claims to be working on. Speaking at the NDC's town hall in the Ashanti region capital, the party's flag bearer said he remains expectant the Ghanaians will vote the NDC to implement their ideas.
Na no say, oh, NDC, Munni Adria Modetro Manifesto. Enti mo konipa no ho akọje adwen abetro manifesto. Eso enyefe. If we say nipa na ye ko mo ho no, omo ene pese yesom omo.
When we started,
we said we were going to produce a people's manifesto. Our party has no manifesto yet. It is interesting how the governing party is trying to implement some of the manifesto we captured in the people's manifesto.
You heard the NDC's flag bearer, John Dramani Mahama there. Now, government on Tuesday renewed the EI, making wearing of face masks, coverings and shields mandatory. But lawyer Martin Pebu is pushing for a review of the sanctioning regime under the executive instrument. He says the law is draconian.
So where you have a law requiring a minimum payment of 12,000 Ghana on failure to wear a mask, then you know that this law is really not a good law. So I would want to repeat the urgent call on His Excellency to do the needful, that the law be revised.
You heard the lawyer Martin Pebu. Now, from 2007, Araba Kumsin has risen through the ranks in a highly challenging newsroom environment to become editor. Well, her journey hasn't been a jolly ride, breaking many stereotypes about women in journalism. In a series of stories looking at Joy News' longest-serving journalist as part of our 25th anniversary, my colleague Justice Bedu tells the Araba Kumsin story.
Araba Kumsin, 14 years, anchoring, reporting from Parliament and on the ground for Joy News.